Hey everybody, it's May from Black Mountain Plans and Black Mountain Stickers, and tonight I'm here to give you the new release for March video. So if you want to see what the new designs are going to look like when they release on Tuesday, January 3rd, just stick around. Okay, so the first kit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show everybody the EC Vertical Weekly and the Plum Paper Weekly. And then I'm going to show you A5 Plum Paper Weekly so you can get an idea of what the same designs look like in the A5 size. Then I'm going to show you all the add-ons. And I'm going to show you the journaling and deco. And I think that's it because, guys, there's so many kits that's only, that's only 3.5, really, if you want to count the add-ons as a half. And it's quite a stack. I have 25 planner options. I'd be here all day. So I figured these designs will give you a good idea of what it's going to look like when you see them in these kits. And then when they release on Tuesday, you'll definitely be able to see what yours looks like in the planner that you use in the listing photos. So the first kit is MK11, Mini Kit 11, and it's called Lucky Gnomes for St. Patrick's Day. And there is your EC Vertical. Let's see. I need to adjust my camera a little bit, I think. There we go. Well, no. Let's get it. There we go. Okay, so that's the EC Vertical sampler, and then here is the plum paper. So you can see there's just a little bit of sizing difference in the full boxes. And of course, these are sized to 1.5, and these are sized to 1.47. Okay, so then here are your plum paper full boxes, which are perfect squares, and you're able to get, 7 functional boxes. And then for the EC Vertical, Moxie Life, and the Hourly, you'll only get 4, and you'll get them sized correctly for those planner styles. And then here are the plum paper checklist and labels. And this is a good way to see what your color scheme is for this kit. And then here are your washi strips. And of course, the EC Vertical and Hourly, and Moxie Life versus the Plum, they're all going to be different size washi, but they're sized for your planner. So some may have more, like the Plum does versus the Vertical. It just depends on what type of planner you use. But I fit as many as I can onto a sheet that where actually you see these little white lines on your sheet. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle to get them off. I cut them deep enough to be able to come off, but you still might have a little... I put as many stickers on a sheet as I can. So just a heads up. Okay, so that is called Lucky Gnomes. And let me go ahead and show you all the add-ons because usually that's the way it's done, right? I guess. I don't know. That's the way we're going to do it. How about that? Okay, so you have add-on 1... which is your, add-on 2 and 2A, which is your brush strokes and your plum paper daily strips. And then you have the individual ones. You have your EC Vertical and Hourly strips. And then you have your Moxie Life Day strips. And then I added a new add-on this time. And it is the brush strokes sized for A5, which I thought were just too precious. And since I'm now on an A5, I want those. So, more A5 add-ons may come into the shop, but for right now, I have this one and one other one I'll show you near the end of the add-ons. So, I just think these are super cute. And those are 1 through 3A. Then you have your EC Hourly patterned labels and patterned and solid and stitched and appointment labels. Then you have the same in the Plum, the Moxie Life, and the EC Vertical. Then we have our thick washi. That's not sized for any particular planner. It's just sized to 1.5 wide. And there you go. And then here is the thin washi. So you got 3. You got the little the glitter rainbow. Some really cute little St. Patrick's Day type hearts and little clovers. And then orange, an orange background with little rainbows and pots of gold, which I thought was super cute. Then here is add-on number 7, which is your deco icons, your another weekend banner, and the two-tone scripts. And then here is the sidebar for the EC Vertical, sidebar for the EC Hourly, sidebar for the Moxie Life, I do make sure that you get the habit tracker that goes with that type of planner. The sidebar elements for the plum paper, again, you get the 2 sidebar elements that match the planner. Then we have the weekly actions from Moxie Life. Then we have the Moxie Life horizontal individual days and checklists. We have the plum paper add-on number 11, which is just circle dots and hydrates, and these are sized for the planner. Same for the EC vertical, the Moxie Life, and these are sized to 1.6 for the hourly. And then we have something that I came up with last week and showed in a video, but it hasn't been offered in the store yet, which is your monthly goals for Moxie Life, then your monthly reflections, weekly reflections, and weekly goals. It's up to you how you want to word it and which one you would like to use. And then I went ahead and I added an add-on with all the kit's colors for square date dots so that people can start to build up their stash. It seemed to be that there was an interest for square date dots. So here's the add-on with just all the colors from the kit. And then I also offered it in this adorable little A5 size. So they're teeny weeny, but they're super dorks. And I know I'm going to be building up my personal stash to be able to use basically like in journaling, or if I'm wanting to number a list. I think it would be great to have these little dots. I think they have a lot of uses. So again, that was the kit Lucky Gnomes, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what it would look like in an A5 size kit. So this would be the A5 Plum Paper Weekly. The vertical hours and the vertical columns and hourly columns, and you can see your sidebar element. This is a misprint. These actually have lines in the circles, but by the time I realized it, I was already, ready for this video. So I'm not going to recut this page, but you'll see in the listing photos that this box right here, on all the kits I'm going to show you tonight, 11 through 15, there are lines, and you can see the circles for your checklist. But this is you've got the sidebar elements here, so you don't need to order that. You already have the day strips there with the date dots that go with it, and your hydrate labels. And here is the washi sheet that is sized perfectly for the A5 Plum Paper Weekly. And then here are the full boxes, the functional checklist, and some, they're about 1 hour size in the planner, and then these are about 90-minute size. And the add-on for that is the deco icons, the 2-tone scripts, some time blocking labels, and a second weekend banner that is actually smaller than the one that is on, basically I would call it like the sampler sheet for the little A5. As you can see, I put the glitter rainbow here in the weekend, and then this one is just actually smaller, so it's like personal preference of what you would like. So that's what the Lucky Gnomes would look like in a A5 size kit. And then the last thing I want to show you for Lucky Gnomes is the journaling and deco. So here is the journaling page, and then here is the add-on deco. It's basically your freebie sheet, which is, this is what your freebie sheet is going to look like. So what's really neat is if you order anything in Lucky Gnomes, you get this for free. This is your freebie. And then if you're using it for journaling or anything outside of your planner, you've got the bigger ones that are on the freebie sheet and the smaller ones. So it can really, really complement and go a long way for this deco, for this journaling page right here. So that is the end of Lucky Gnomes. I hope y'all like the St. Patrick's Day kit. So that is it for the themed kits for March. There's no more St. Patrick's Day. That's just the only option I'm doing for St. Patrick's Day. I am Irish. My mother was truly Irish, but that's just, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's not one of those types of holidays in the United States where we're like gaga over St. Patrick's Day. I don't know how to explain that one. It's just never really been a big thing, so I was like, one kit, we're good. Okay, so the next kit is called Love to Read. And here is going to be your EC Plum Sampler. Your Plum Paper Sampler. And then your EC Sampler. And I just think it's gorgeous. This little cup says just one more chapter. The typewriter has spelled out happiness in a real pretty font. You've got the glasses, the florals, and I love the color scheme of this kit. I think it's gorgeous. So here are your full boxes for plum paper, and then for EC vertical. And then you have your checklists and labels for both kits. And then here are your washi strips for this kit. And again, that's called Love to Read. So let's go ahead and we'll look at the add-ons for it. Let me grab them real quick. I've got 2 TV trays over here holding all these goodies. So the dominant color I chose was more like the mauve color for the day strips. And the brushstroke strips, the whole 9 deal. And then we have the little A5 brush strokes. You guys, I think I'm going to have to just get all of these. I want to use these in my journal really, really badly. So then we have the solid, the stitched appointment labels and pattern labels for the EC hourly, for the plum paper, for the EC vertical, for the Moxie Life. Then here is your thick washi, which is super, super pretty. You can see the stack of books with the potted cactus, the typewriter, and this coffee mug says Once Upon a Time. I just think it's so cute. Then here is your, where is the, was it stuck to it? It was. Here is your skinny washi, or thin washi, however you want to do it. And I like that you have some stripes, and you have some gold glitter, and different color brush strokes, and then the florals. This could really go a long way in the planner. It really could. Then we have our two-tone scripts, the deco icons, and the weekend banner. Here is the EC vertical sidebar. Here is the EC hourly sidebar, the Moxie Life sidebar elements, and the plum paper sidebar elements. And then you have your Moxie Life weekly actions set up this way. Then we have the Moxie Life horizontal individual days and checklists. Then we have the hydrate labels and the circle dots for all 3 styles. All 4 planner options in the weekly. Then we have the monthly reflections. We have the weekly reflections, monthly goals, and weekly goals. And then, of course, we have our new date squares, for the 7x9s, and then for the A5s, in all 4 of the colorways for the kit, which I think are super, super cute. Alrighty, so that was Love to Read, and we'll look at it in the A5 size. So here is going to be sheet A for the plum paper, vertical columns and hourly columns in the A5 size. And then here is going to be the washi strip page. I love the stripes and the brush strokes. Then here are the full boxes. They're so freaking cute when they're that little, aren't they? And then here is the add-on sheet with some two-tone scripts, deco icons, time blocking arrows, a separate weekend banner, and the freebie sheet looks like this. I think it's super cute. I love the chair that's got the little books and the pillow stacked in it with the little nightstand beside of it. It almost looks like something that would be in my house. And then the journaling kit and the add-on deco look like this. And I think it is super, super pretty. I love how pretty this is. And there's the deco. So again, this kit is Mini Kit 12, and it is called Love to Read. Alrighty, moving right along, peoples, moving right along. Sorry for that little pause. Tater Tot was over here misbehaving, so I had to get his little butt real quick. I don't think so, not tonight, Bubby. Okay, so Mini Kit 13 is called At the Cottage. And here is the EC sampler and the plum paper sampler. And this one is just so many florals and so, so pretty. And it is just like, you know, you're at the cottage and you're enjoying all the florals. I love it. I love the rain boots that have the flowers inside of it. I just thought that was so, so adorable. So here is your full boxes for the plum and your full boxes for the EC vertical. You see we got a chaise lounge, got a basket, we got a nice little outdoor picnic ice cream table is what we called them. And then here's the cottage itself. And then you could put anything in these that you like. Sometimes people have scripts already in clear stickers that they might want to use. So I figured, you know, I would leave a box that you could decorate it any way you like. So then here's the EC checklist and labels, and here's the plums. And then here is the EC washi strips and the plum paper washi strips. And again, this is called At the Cottage. So we'll go ahead and we'll look at the add-ons really quickly. Oh my goodness. So the in-between peach and mauve color is the one I chose to be the dominant for the day strips and things like that. Oh, you can tell it's sticker paper. It's wanting to stick to it. There we go. And then here's the little A5s, brush strokes. Just think they're adorable. Here's the plum paper labels, the EC hourly labels, the Moxie Life labels, the EC vertical labels. Here is your, oh, it almost did it again. Here is your thick washi, super pretty. Here is your thin washi. Look at that, isn't it pretty? I just love all the florals. Then here is your two-tone scripts, deco icons, and your weekend banner. Then here is the EC vertical sidebar elements, EC hourly sidebar, Moxie Life sidebar, the plum paper sidebar, the weekly actions, the Moxie Life horizontals. Then we have the dates. I'm just going to leave it as a stack. They're all sized perfectly for your planner, but the date dots, I mean the circle dots and the hydrates. Excuse me. Let's get the salt candle just a little bit closer. Monthly reflections, weekly reflections, monthly goals, and weekly goals. I just think that these colors scream spring. I really do. Then here are the colors for your date squares in the 7x9. Well, actually, they're sized to 0.25, so you can use them in whatever planner you like. They'll work in an A5. But these are sized to just under 0.20, so they are definitely sized very, very nicely for an A5. So that is the add-ons for At the Cottage Mini Kit 13. Here's what it will look like in an A5 size planner. Here's your plum paper vertical columns in the A5. And then here is the washi strips. And then here is your full boxes, functional boxes, checklists, and labels. And then here is the add-on with the two-tone scripts, deco icons, time blocking arrows, and another weekend banner. So let's take a look at the freebie, the journaling, and the deco. Okay, so here is your deco sheet. And I gave you even a little cute, you could pattern a box. This is sized to 1.5, so if it's the EC plum, I keep saying the EC plum. If it's the plum paper, it's going to be just a little over, but it's a cute little, I guess you could just call it like a top banner type deal. And then here is the add-on deco and the journaling kit. And I think it is super, super pretty. I just love some of the choices this month that I picked out. I was just, guys, I've been telling you I'm cold. I'm really, really cold here this winter. I really am. I'm thinking spring. Can you tell? Okay, so the next kit is called Peachy Florals, and it is Mini Kit 14. So here is your EC vertical, and here is your plum. Let me come down just a hair. So we have these really pretty nightingales. And then we have some really pretty peachy colored florals that go with it. So here is your EC full boxes and your plum paper full boxes. Your EC vertical checklist and labels and the plum. And then the washi strips, which I think are just super, super pretty. So we'll go really, really quickly through the add-ons. See what I mean about this is only 3.5 kits and how long it's going to take. As you can see, these are your date strips. The cute little A5. Here is the patterned boxes and solid boxes and labels in all 4 options. Here is your thick washi. Super pretty. I love it. Here is your thin washi. Here is your deco icon, two-tone scripts, and the weekend banner. Then you have the EC vertical sidebar, the hourly sidebar, the Moxie Life sidebar, the plum paper sidebar, the weekly actions from Moxie Life. You have the Moxie Life horizontal checklist and labels. Then I'm going to leave these as a stack, but you have your hydrate and your circle dots. You have your monthly reflections, weekly reflections, monthly goals, weekly goals. I just think this would be so good, especially like in a dashboard page. Oh, yes. Yes. Or an add-in piece of paper. Yes. I'm thinking that's going to be what I do on my plum. Then we have the 4 colors for the kit for peachy florals. And then the smaller A5 size. And that's the add-ons for peachy florals. Oh my goodness. Well, come on now. All right. So then here's what it will look like in the A5 size. Just super adorable. Just a little bit smaller. Washi strips. Super, super pretty. And I don't know if you can tell on camera the design. It's like an infinity ring. And it was in white with gold and black and in this color green with gold. It's really pretty. I've got it right here. Like the infinity circles. Oh, I love it. So here's your full boxes and checklists and functional boxes and the add-on deco sheet with the time blocking arrows, 2-tone scripts, deco, and the separate weekend banner. Okay, so your freebie is going to look like this. You get tons of little peachy florals. They only had the 2 birds, so I just flipped them. I was wanting the pink one that had its wings out too, but she didn't have that for her deco. But that's your freebie. And then here is your journaling kit. Oh, don't do that. Here's your journaling page and your add-on deco. So super pretty. Okay, so that was Peachy Florals, kit number 14. And the last but not least is called Sunny and Southern. And let me tell y'all, it's bright colors. I've been getting a lot of requests for bright colors. I delivered on this one. I really did. I think it's so bright that I think it was perfect for like Easter. So here is your plum paper sampler and your EC sampler. And you got the cute little puppy in the basket. You got a little kitty cat trying to reach for a butterfly, some sunflowers in a potted plant, and the little duck for spring with some flowers. So here is your full boxes. This is why I'm saying I think it's perfect for like around Easter or spring. It's because you got the baby chick, the bunny, the ducky, the rooster and the hen, the kitty cat, some florals, the little baby sheeps, and the cow. So then we have the plum checklist and labels. And then the washi strips. Oh, so pretty, pretty florals. I love it. So let's look at the add-ons. We're getting near the end, guys. So I chose that real pretty fuchsia pink to be the main color for this kit. The yellow is truly sunny, and you have no worries about how it's going to show up on white. As you can see, you're going to be able to see that in your planner. A lot of times when you have yellow, it doesn't want to come out. It's coming out, guys. You ain't going to worry about it. Then here's the cute little A5 size. Since they're right here, I'll go ahead and show the square dots. Well, I guess they're not dots. They're just squares, right? And those are the 3 colors of the kit. It is so pretty in person. You just really have to see how pretty it is in person. So here's your labels. And see what I mean? Usually when you have the white on the yellow, you cannot see the label itself. You can with this kit. So that was your plum. This is your hourly, your vertical, your Moxie Life. And then we have, ooh, all kinds of out of order on this kit. Sorry. You have your thick washi. Super, super pretty. Now you see why the yellow's in there in that color pink. It's because it's the main dominant color of all these florals. Then you have your thin washi, which I think is super, super pretty. I'm loving the sunflowers. Then here is your deco icons in 2-tone scripts in the weekend banner. You have your EC vertical sidebar. You have your EC hourly sidebar. Your Moxie Life and plum paper sidebars. You have your weekly actions for Moxie Life horizontal checklists and the labels and headers. Then we have our hydrate and circle dots. You have monthly reflections, weekly reflections, monthly goals, and the weekly goals. And then let me show you what it'll look like in an A5 size. Let's get this little stack out the way. I just like how bright this is. When I was looking at it on the computer screen, I was like, I just don't know. Even Brandy was like, they're a bit bright. I was like, no. But I'm going to tell you what, once they're printed and in your hands, ladies and gentlemen, they are super spraying and super pretty. Sorry, I had to have some of that coffee. So now here it is in the plum paper vertical columns in the A5. Again with the little puppy. We have the washi strips. And then we have our full boxes, checklists, and labels. And then our little add-on deco. And two-tone scripts, time blocking arrows, and a separate weekend banner. So now here is your freebie. Super, super cute. You get a basket with flowers, a basket with the puppies. You get both the cows. You get all 3 of the florals. And then you get all of the icons, the deco clip art that you've seen throughout the kit. And then here is the journaling page. And here is the add-on deco. And I think it's a really good alternative, this kit is, to Easter. In case you don't want all the bunny rabbits and Easter eggs and things like this. I think this would be a perfect, perfect kit for Easter. I just do. I think the colors just scream Easter. No, maybe it's just me. And maybe it's my tired old eyeballs. There is no telling. But guys, I hope that you like the kits that I came up with for March. And they're going to release on tomorrow, January 3rd at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope that I delivered on a lot of the requests that I was getting. And just keep them coming. Keep the requests coming, and I'll just keep on working them up and getting them out. And y'all have a nice night. And again, Happy New Year. Bye.